Hello fellow creatives and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be painting together a super quick and easy beach scene. This is one of the easiest projects you can try, but despite its simplicity, the final result is absolutely gorgeous and refreshing. Let's start by quickly marking where the sea and the sun will meet. This beach scene will be from a bird's eye view, so I'm drawing a wavy line to indicate that. Now I'll tape my paper to the board using paper tape. Then I'll wet the entire sheet. Since most of our work today will be wet and wet, we want our paper to stay wet for as long as possible. To ensure this, we'll wet it generously, allowing it to absorb the moisture. Then we'll go back again with some clean water to moisten it once more. I'll also use this spray bottle to spray some clean water onto my paints, which will activate them and make it easier for me to pick up saturated pigment from the paints. But don't worry, we won't be needing too many colors today. Now let's prepare our mixes. I'm starting with just some yellow ochre, which you can replace with Naples yellow or burnt sienna. To add a touch of pink to my sand colors, I'll add some rose, but magenta or quinacridone rose will also work well. A touch of Naples yellow goes in too. I'll apply this mix to the upper portion on my paper, the area above the wavy line I drew earlier. Instead of dragging my brush, I'm pressing it to the paper to achieve a more natural look for the sand. Next, I'll add a drop of purple to the mix to make it darker and colder. Using this color, I will add a few spots here and there, as well as some splatters. You can see that there's a lot of liquid gathered. You can distribute it with the help of your brush. It's perfectly fine if some of that color flows into the sea area. Now let's take some cobalt green or any blue, green or turquoise color you prefer and add it here and there. Feel free to add spots and more splatters, the messier the more natural it will look. I'll wash my brush and use some clean water to soften the edge where the cobalt green mixes with the sand color, creating a beautiful light green shade. Now, using only burnt sienna, I'll paint the wet sand. With the tip of my brush, I'll mark the edge between the dry and wet sand and press the belly of the brush to achieve a softer transition between the burnt sienna and the light green. With a damp brush, I can soften this edge even further. Some splatters with burnt sienna too. Now let's prepare a mix between turquoise green, ultramarine blue and a little bit of Payne's gray. As there's still a lot of liquid on my paper, I'll take advantage of it by tilting my board in different directions. This encourages the color to mix, resulting in gorgeous, soft and very natural blends, as well as creating a sense of movement. I'll take some of that dark mix on my brush, but before applying it, I'll dip my brush in my water jar to get a much paler version of the color. I will use that to cover the white spaces that are left. Some splatters. Some splatters with burnt sienna too. And now I'm taking my smaller brush and that thick and dark mix, and I'll start adding random spots with it. I will add some emerald green to make it more interesting. Some more turquoise green. I'll use my big brush to blend those spots with the rest of the area. I need more water on it. You can also use a spray bottle to moisten the paper and make it easier for the colors to blend on the surface. Once again, I'll add some splatters, including some bigger spots. These spots represent seaweed or rocks, which we can see through the transparent water. I'll tilt my board for a more natural look. Adding some last touches. And leaving some spaces uncovered by the seaweed for added interest. Now let's create a beautiful watercolor effect by splashing some clean water. I find this technique one of my favorites. Afterward, I'll dry my work. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, and usually I'd leave it like that. However, I want to show you what else you can do at this point. I have some white paint here. This is the Bleed Proof White by Dr. P.H. Martins. You can use white gouache or even acrylic paint to add some seafoam. To create natural looking foam, I'll use this very old and damaged brush. This way I won't be too worried about my good brushes. I'll take some very thick paint, remove the excess, and start dabbing it along the entire stripe of wet sand. I'll create some random spots with the tip of my brush and then drag some of the paint towards the sea to add some movement. More messy spots can be added as well. Oh, oops, this is why you need to make sure you don't have too much paint on your brush, but don't worry, we can always adjust and adapt. I'll go back to my big soft quill and using some clean water, I'll soften the edge where the white gouache meets the rest of the painting. More spots with white gouache can be added, and then some splatters. And there you have it, our beach scene is now ready. I'll remove the masking tape. Personally, I still think it would have looked better without the white foam. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Feel free to drop your questions for future tutorials or ask me any questions. If you're interested in more in-depth classes, make sure to check out my Skillshare and Udemy classes. I'll include all the links in the description box. If you decide to paint this seascape and post it on Instagram, don't forget to tag me so that I won't miss it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified when I upload new tutorials. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to paint with you soon. Bye!